Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 15, Week 1. Luckily, we're gonna add those nice Season 15 tickets in Week 2. Los Muertas, Sandgangers, Game 2. We've still got the Doctor of Dota, Randy.
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
And we've got, from the Arkosh Ganging team, we actually have Kitty. Say hello, Kitty.
Hi.
Yeah, if you've ever wondered what Kitty's voice sounds like, it sounds like that. You can look at most Muertas versus Sandgangers. Last game, Sandgangers got steamrolled by PL. See what happens this time. Los Muertas knocking out the silencer this time, leaving the Lina actually still in, presumably thinking about first picking it. Because if they don't first pick it, it's going to go in first phase. Sandgangers once again knocking out the Broom Mother.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know, I feel like, can the Brood Mother possibly be worse than the Beastmaster last round? Like, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm just thinking here. Like, the Beastmaster actually did really good, especially for somebody who's, like, I think that legitimately might have been a first time, at least on their account. You know?
Well, the hero plays in the same way, so it's not that
True.
surprising, I guess.
But I mean, think about all the awesome roars. You don't really have any equivalent to that on Bridge, certainly.
Radiant team.
No Ricky. Getting rid of that annoying support Ricky.
Dire team.
It's also probably going to be very... Yep.
Lina.
Didn't ban out the Lina because they were going to first pick it. Look for a lot of that in LD2L this season. At least unless a patch comes out in the middle of it. I would be gobsmacked if there wasn't at least a small Lina nerf in the near future.
Remaining. So 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Got the Rubik coming out. Rubik can definitely be an interesting option. The Fade Bolt is a particularly annoying thing for Lina to deal with. Really cuts down her damage output a lot when the BKB is not up. It lasts forever
10
too.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Man, I love multi-person casts. It feels like all my friends are really here.
Yeah, it's great.
It is interesting. I'm not really sure who plays the Rubik on Sandgangers because of the thing
The
that I'm going to
Jackie
talk
Chan
about.
hero.
Yeah, a Jackie Chan hero. There we
Probably
go.
Black Otter. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I know for a fact it's not Black
Radiant
Otter.
team pick.
A Disruptor here. I know for a fact neither of these are Black Otter heroes.
Sure.
Disruptor, another very annoying thing for Lina to deal with. Pulling out the Beast again. It worked well last time, so why change it? They do actually have a little bit of a reason to think about
Black
that.
Otter is their position 4, so...
Yes. It's presumably Rubik. I'm just saying that he hasn't played either of these heroes.
Oh, okay. I was very confused there for a second.
Yeah, again, I'll be talking about why that is at the end of this game. I would say up front, but I don't want to spoil anything for anybody at home, or ruin any suspension of disbelief that anybody might have. Knocking out the Ember, knocking out the Juggernaut. Now that it's clear how Muertas is going to be laning, at least it was in that game, but... Storm Spear just very heavily dropping the hammer on Rady here. They do not want to worry about him or think about him at all this game. Which isn't surprising if it's Cheeseburger laning again. Cheeseburger's laning against somebody who's like a goddamn metal higher than him in that mid. So no surprise you want to hamstring him as much as possible.
5 seconds remaining.
Here's a bit of a worry. Beastmaster is definitely going to have some button off cooldown. Getting rid of the Treant there. No surprises. That was really, really annoying for them to deal with last game. Beastmaster is definitely going to have something off cooldown after he roars, because the last thing you ever want to have happen is Rubik to steal that roar. It's really annoying when he gets it. You can definitely just have Rubik just steal the roar, hit Lina with it. She's stunned for half a century, just dies.
10 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
And it goes through BKB.
5
So
seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
No PL. Not letting that happen again. Banned out 2 members of the last game's lineup.
find out they're safe lane. Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
They want to face neither of those.
5 seconds remaining.
And this time, Manoy is not putting his neck so far out that he's just going to pick his core first phase, and he doesn't have the 4th overall pick here. Number 8, if you prefer that nomenclature. He doesn't have that pick, which I think is the only time in first phase you can pick a pause one and be a sane man, but even then, it still didn't really feel like enough for him last game.
Radiant team pick.
Tuska, very good hero right
Tusky.
now. Feels like every time I see
Tusky
Tusk,
mid.
yeah, presumably. Every time I see old Tusk right now, it feels like he's just putting on pretty dominant performances.
10
Not a bad
It's
seconds
answer,
definitely in
Lena.
remaining.
favor right now.
Not a
5
bad
seconds
matchup against
remaining.
Selena here at all. Especially the ability for him to control when he wants to actually engage. The ability for him to put up a barrier that Lena needs a stupid free flight ability to get around. It's a good pickup here. As long as Rady can actually play it. I'm sure he can.
Radiant team pick.
Got a Jakiro up here. Very generic support. It's not going to do you wrong in any game where it comes out, I don't think. Nothing particularly, like, there's nothing where the ice
10
path is going to be
seconds
that much of a
remaining.
concern yet, I don't think, but, you know, you could at least,
5
ice path up
seconds
the ice
remaining.
shards, I guess, to make sure Tusk can't just engage on that. He can get around that easily, but does he want to is a different question.
Dire team pick.
Bounty hunter.
Well, you know what? Hero Giraffe is picking this game.
Bounty. Yeah. Classic.
Hopefully it goes better for him than the other times we've seen it, because I think between LD2L and Mage, we haven't actually seen him win on
10
Bounty Hunter yet.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
This is a decent Bounty Hunter game. Being able to track Tusk is a nice benefit, and these supports are just going to die to him every time he comes out. As long as he smart uses... As long as he intelligently engages against Disruptor, it should be fine. I mean, Giraffe, I hope Giraffe is intelligent. He's a nuclear engineer, for God's sake. If he's an
Yeah,
idiot, we're all
true.
doomed. It's a Giraffe docs for you at home.
So now all you gotta do is just
Radiant team
search
back.
for
Drow
nuclear
Ranger.
engineers named Gerald Ruff. And then there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Actually, the G stands for gangster. Got the Drow Ranger up here. Not terribly surprising. You're probably going to see that hero a lot when it's not banned out. I don't think there's enough that's
10
stopping the
seconds
Beastmaster from
remaining.
just blink shouting at her, though, at this point, and I feel like she just
5
can
seconds
easily die in
remaining.
that time.
It was a very bad drow game.
And don't
That
Bounty
is
go
actually a
in.
pretty terrible draw game. I don't like it.
Bounty go, invis, hit drow, stay on top of drow, cancel drow, passive.
Yep.
Dire
Beastmaster
team
roar drow, beat the fuck out of drow. Jakiro stun drow from 1400 units. Lena hit drow in face, drow die.
Yeah, it's like the biggest thing I feel like is that no matter how this game goes, even if Bounty Hunter is such a jabroni he just dies before he even gets close to Drow, which is definitely a
10 seconds
possibility,
remaining.
I just don't think there's anything that's credibly going to stop Beastmaster from just blink
5
and shout, and
seconds
Lena can
remaining.
easily kill her in that time, basically whenever it is.
You assume blink is
Radiant
necessary.
team back.
In the late game, yes. In the early game, no.
Well, I mean, blink is
This
necessary
man
because
has
if you try to
this
just walk up to him, you're just going to get glimpsed and feel like an idiot.
Then you get glimpsed on a 30-second cooldown at level 1.
10 seconds remaining.
Glimpse, telekinesis, ice shard, snowball. They
5
got a lot
seconds
of
remaining.
things to play keep away from Beastmaster, but only if they know he's coming. If you just got the shock blank, then it's like
Dire
he's
team
100%
back.
gets it no matter what.
I mean, if this were a support Tusk, it wouldn't be as terrible because Beastmaster roars Drow, Tusk saves Drow. Simple. Assuming relevant skill level.
10 seconds remaining.
Because Beastmaster has so many non-BKB
5
units that
seconds
you can
remaining.
just snowball to any one of them with a Drow inside. And you can snowball for something like
Radiant team
3
pick.
seconds without.
Actually rolling, yeah.
Yeah. Although Jakiro's Ice Path can counter that if you know where it's going.
Void
But-
Inspector down. Davi
10
and Matt
seconds remaining.
taking up the last picks here.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, no, actually, I'm assuming it's the virus on Lena. I've been assuming one Lena so far. I gotta say, I can't. Outside of Devirez hasn't tried that yet. I can't really think of a pressing
I think
reason so far
Cheeseburger
not to
Lena.
do it. What?
And then I think it's Cheeseburger Lena.
Could be. I know one
Davi
Lena
was
is the popular thing right now.
I mean, Davi did say he didn't want to play Pause 1, so if Cheeseburger let him not play Pause 1, but asked him to play PL last game because it's probably one of the better PL players, if not the best PL player in the league.
Huge,
Just,
huge flame towards Chris, who heckin' loves Peru there.
well, I don't know who Peruvian Chris is.
No, it's not Peruvian Chris. It's Chris who heckin' loves Peru. It's the Pause 1 player, Chris.
Well, potato, potato.
You can love Peru without being from there, you know.
This is true.
Are you sleepy yet, folks at home?
I'm just gonna take a nap
Right on stream.
Dire team pick.
midstream.
Got it, Sven here.
Okay, so that's a Davi Sven.
Likely.
Honestly, I really don't like Sven here either.
I like the Sven more than the Drow. I don't think Sven can do anything much in this game, but I mean,
10
it's better
seconds
to have
remaining.
little impact than the presumably negative impact we're going to see on Drow this
5
game.
seconds remaining.
Presumably.
It's also better to burn out than fade away, but you don't hear me complaining.
Yeah.
It is going to be a mid Lena then.
Legion Commander.
You may now
Okay,
select
what
your
the
hero.
hell? Matt, no, stop! I already asked you not to do that once.
It's a save, but I guess.
LC against 19 stuns, I just don't like it. I do not like it at all. It's not Giraffe playing the Bounty Hunter, that's crazy!
I mean, they have enough damage to blow up whoever the dual target is, and if something like Sven gets dueled, then Drow can just free hit the Sven. But at the same time, you have to A, not be standing behind the Sven, so you don't just die to cleave. And then you also have to have no Bounty Hunter being on top of the Drow.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like, there's so much that can go wrong with a duel this game. It's like, on one hand, yeah, true, they do have a lot of damage they can drop on the duel to target. On the other hand, it's like, if Beastmaster shouts at Drow and Jakiro just ice paths macros, you have like a Lena stun or any combination of things. And God help you if you don't hit Sven. If you don't hit Sven, you're just gonna lose the duel. He's just gonna come kick your ass and give free duel damage to whoever you're hitting.
Well, they needed something to be in front. This is not a game for his typical Phoenix gameplay.
Yeah.
If he picks Phoenix here, they just lose.
It's a bit of an unfortunate situation because I don't know what in the map pool that wasn't up. Hold on. I don't know what in the map pool that wasn't banned would have been better here, in fairness, but yeah, I don't know. I just do not. This is unfortunate because it's like I don't see LC having a good game unless things go really well. And I mean, Matt has had good games with really just unfortunate picks before, so maybe. I don't see the Drow going well.
30 seconds.
You've
to
got
battle.
two cores who are kind of playing at a disadvantage. Tusk has a pretty good game looking in front of him, but I don't think Tusk can 1v5 this lineup, you know?
This is a really good Tusk game. It's a terrible Drow game, and LC's kind of meh. Quick charge! Charge is the disruptor.
Got a whole, like, 10 HP on him. He's, already regened all
The
of it.
battle begins.
7.3 health regen is overpowered. That's a stun.
Just gonna beat up Tusk here.
GG's. Very damaged. GG trees.
Yeah, on one hand, Navi now TPing bot. On one hand, Tusk is going to be able to take that all back, but on the other hand, I don't know if we really wanted to. Jackie Chin has moved into pause 4 here. They've stuck Blackadder with Manoy. Interesting decision.
You've been
Jackie
burned.
Chen being the Rubik player.
Yeah, I guess when you have a pool that looks like the pools that these two have on your support line, this is something you're just going to have to do no matter what. I guess that's getting into a bit of spoilerish territory though, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, no, it's not, but you know, it's getting into suspension of disbelief territory.
I think we can suspend disbelief for half a second.
You underestimate my ability to suspend disbelief. Well, I've been suspending your disbelief this whole time. This call isn't even happening.
Well,
I would have liked you to have suspended your disbelief of my abilities last game and trusted the fact that they could kill PL. However, neither here nor there. Good Drow lane. Like, Drow's gonna have a good lane. Whether Drow's gonna have a good game is gonna stands to be discovered.
I mean, the bounty hunter is going to be basically useless outside of just stealing a bit of money and fighting over the pole camp. It has nothing else to offer besides. I guess he
Well,
can
if-
snipe couriers too, but that's it.
Double melee versus double ranged.
Yep. At the very least, Beastmaster's axes give him some ability to do something here, but and the boar as well. So it's not as bad as some Drow lanes go, but it's certainly not a good lane for Beastmaster in either case. It's not as unfavorable towards him as it could be, but it's not good.
What Bounty needs to do is buy himself a sentry, unblock the hard camp, and then just pull. Just pull. And then after you're done pulling, get another pull off.
Who's Brownie?
I said bounty, you nerd.
Oh, okay. I swear you said what Brownie needs to do.
I said bounty.
You need to work on your enunciation, my friend.
I am half awake!
The first time we ever casted with US Danny, he was saying that somebody should buy Vessel, but we heard it as he should buy Abyssal. It was a very confusing take on a support.
I mean, you never know. Abyssal might have been good too. Danny is, or not Danny, fucking Matt
is
has
just
not
getting
put a
beat
point
up.
in his W. Matt needs a point in his W. You have bought a wand, they are spamming spells on you. You can dispel spells with your W. You need a point, and that's there.
The good news is
That guy
Jakiro's
is
gonna
fucking
accidentally
dead
walk into
because
where the
of
lane's
it.
coming in and die.
If he put a point in W, that guy doesn't die there. So, I guess
if-
immediately proving me wrong.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, honestly, I think all you need to do is just have Jackie hit Fade Bolt on it, but either way. Jack TP'd here specifically to take bounty rune. He's not even gonna get it. That's super sad.
Get fucked, Giraffe! I'm kidding. But yeah, this just goes to show you that Tusk started the lane with half HP. And Lena's still losing lane.
Yep.
No, you don't.
It's not a good matchup, and Reedy is metal favored, so. It's funny, I think, you know, one of the only heroes where even though Drow's ranged, Tusk actually has a lot of options for dealing with her.
Yeah, Shard Snowball. Very good combo.
Dire's courier has been
That was a funny scenario.
My honor compels me to gloat.
Imagine your honor rate compelling you to gloat. Bounty Hunter is at the very least making this a very annoying lane for these two up
Dire's
here.
bottom tower
He's
is under
I don't
constantly
think
been
he is.
he's constantly been like knocking out their couriers. He's or at least forcing them to just sit there and just start microing.
Yeah, but he could be doing so much more if he purchased a sentry ward. And unblocked a hard camp. Just put it in the camp, for Christ's sake, so you can unblock the camp and then just kill it afterwards. But for the first 6 minutes of this game, that camp has been blocked. It's the most value block I've seen in a while.
He's got the sentry now.
Does have 2 sentry wards. Let's see if he uses it before that sentry dies.
He's got
No.
5 seconds.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Radiant are scanning.
Gonna beat up Disruptor from behind the tower here.
Old Gerard poke.
So he purchased a sentry ward and put it just
Dire's
outside
middle
that
tower
camp's
is
radius,
under attack.
I think.
Dire's
A small camp.
structures are fortified.
Press Alt to see if you can... Yeah, no, it's just inside, okay.
I remember back in the good old days when any vision on a camp of any kind just immediately sunk it. You just stick an ob somewhere in the jungle, just blow up like 9 camps.
I don't remember that happening.
It was probably from before you were born.
Terrible. Yeah, I think you're thinking back to Dota 1 days, maybe. Well, Bounty is... or Beastmaster is 6 with no mana. That's an unfortunate ice shards.
Yep, Tusk comes in to go for the gank here. Finds... Okay, well he's gonna find something if Sven just walks right into him like that.
No, he's
Now
got
he's
no
coming in.
spells and no mana.
Rip.
Heroic stuff. The old LCQ.
Yeah, the Q has been super value for Matt so far this game.
This is
Both
4
those
people
skills.
bottom. Go run at the Beastmaster.
I don't know, do you need to run at the Beastmaster? Drow's first place for last hits now and is not really in a competitive lane. What do you get for it?
A kill. Punish them for leaving lane.
Given the fact that he's just sitting around T1 Tower, I'm gonna say probably not.
I mean, yeah, not there, but... I said that before I looked at the map.
There you go.
And I don't have any camera controls, because I'm watching a Discord stream.
Why are you watching a stream when you were trying to cast? Christ.
Eh. I have 2 eyes. I'd like you to suspend your disbelief that I can't separate my eyes into 2 uses at once.
I don't know if I believe anything you say, to be honest with you.
Well, then why do you have me here?
I don't know. Entertainment value?
Fair enough.
Devil's advocate, that's why.
Yeah, there we go. They dueled the Lena under the tower here, and unfortunately still did not actually get the duel out. They get the Lena though, which is good enough, I think.
Oh, that guy can die. Manoy, press your E.
He's not worth the lane, bro.
Well, he did press the E, never mind. He put a point in stats on Drow.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, you're right. Man hates Gust. I mean, he doesn't need it. Nobody's even doing anything to him in this lane, so.
I think take value point in Gust regardless. Gust is more valuable than stats.
I mean, not if you're just sitting there right-clicking the lane.
Repeat ad nauseum.
Beastmaster didn't micro his board, got it killed by the Disruptor Ball said. That's animal cruelty, Beastmaster. Can't get away with that.
I'm sending PETA after him.
So far! Okay, well we're just randomly gonna get a kill somewhere over here. Where the hell did that just happen?
Mid lane.
Oh, Jackie teleported and regretted it. Okay. That explains why
Immediately
it
got
didn't
fucked. Yeah. Beastmaster is the Dunzo.
Oh, multi-shot.
Surprised he didn't go for the throwing axes there. I think that would have just been a kill. He still dies
Something
either way,
200 games.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
T1 going down. So far, it's just linearly in the favor of the Dire.
Well, they're kind of doing what their draft wants to do at this point. They have Tusk Legion, run around and murder.
Well, they
did that.
They have Tusk running around and murder. Legion's got
That's
one under
fine.
belt. But...
Tusk can do that just fine with the backup of like a Rubik.
Scanning.
And they're sending 3 people top, and Drow still doesn't have Gust.
Unfortunately,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Blackadder does have ult, but he has no mana.
Yeah,
Luckily, he's
and
about to have some.
Regic hero spells just took away half of Manoy's HP bar. And that courier is fucked.
Rest in peace.
Radiant's middle tower
Still hasn't started microing it, even though this is not the first time it died. Very sad.
Like, they're just gonna dive Drow under tower here. Or they should.
Well, they have Static Storm to worry about now, so it's getting less.
Well,
okay, not if he uses it like that.
They wasted it on the hero. Drow should die.
They once had
Drow
Static
is
Storm.
dead. Because Drow did not have silence until now. The skill
Jackie
issue.
Chan with the big plays. Oh, yeah, Janata, never mind. No, the axes, actually.
Very good timing on that TP duel from Space Cowboy. Or on Space Cowboy, rather. Giraffe entering the space program. It's the long and short of it. Everybody here went to top lane. The 3 and under club all died. Jackie somehow survived even though he looked doomed. And while Sven has been free farming and Drow has been dead, I believe at the end of the day,
the difference between them is still 700 gold.
Money to burn.
At the end of the day, it has not been the most productive use of time for Los Muertas. Getting rid of Drow is an awesome objective, but not if it means Tusk is going to get Mondo fed.
Tusk's getting Mondo fed. Oh, nice stacks, Lena. They're mine now, says Tusk. Just punch it and run, thank you.
No, Devirus, no!
He's fine. He has no punch. He has no spells. You just use them all on creep.
Okay. Very nice.
This is messed up, bro.
Dude, he's fun. He can shards. Oh, Davi with the angle.
Davi with no stun. Cheeseburger just went to the
Cool.
shards to watch. Well, that was quite the fakakta, as they say.
That's a word. See, and while that was happening, draws back to 1,000 gold above Sven.
Invisibility.
So it wasn't a particularly useful time for Tusk and individually, at least, wasted Sven's time there.
Indeed. I do find that kind of funny, though. Tusk with no spells running at Sven.
Radiant
Running at
Stun,
Sven with no
and then
spells.
and then couldn't kill him because the Sven had no stun.
Goodbye,
Radiant's
Drow.
middle tower is under
And she's
attack.
very overconfident there. No reason to let that happen to her. Unfortunate as it is to say.
Gosh, such a good ability. Cool. Also a pretty good ability.
Oh my god, I thought he was actually gonna live that.
Dire's top tower is under
He didn't get the
attack.
duel, by the way.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's super sad.
That Drow auto attack was way too slow, and Jakiro has too many attack slows for Legion to get that auto
Dire's
off.
top tower is under attack.
Very unfortunate.
Got it.
Still killed the Beastmaster though, put 700 gold in their pockets. All they lost was a disruptor, didn't mean anything.
Indeed.
Gotta say, Muertas, it feels like they're playing very uncoordinated this game, which is exactly what the Sandgangers want. They want to have a shot at this. It just feels like seeing a lot of people just underestimating their enemy. We're seeing a lot of people just cut out awkward spaces.
I mean, I think they're playing off how they did last game, where the enemy team didn't do anything for the first 15 minutes of the game, and now they're doing something for the first 15 minutes of the game. And it's
Yeah,
really
so-
changing the landscape of the game.
Yeah, that's true. Astoundingly, that does cause things to become different.
Murder is an effective way of preventing yourself from getting murdered. If you kill the guy who would murder you.
This defense is a good offense, you know?
Exactly. Disclaimer, I am not advocating for murder. If you
I
do
don't
go and
blame
murder
you.
somebody, I am not responsible.
Again, it's just like this 3 and under club is not working out, but luckily they just randomly found Manoy. Why the hell is Manoy here?
You're warming
I don't fucking know.
He saw the fight at top and kind of, like, mentally thought that there were more people there, but
I guess
They
he's
had
not
two
one. He's
people
not
who
winning the
were-
1v1 with
like
either of
a-
these two.
they had like a Sven Lina, I assume, run from somewhere where you didn't have vision and stun him. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense.
I mean, my honest assumption is that he just thought he could win a 1v1 and it wasn't a 1v1. But I don't
Can't
think
win a
he can.
1v1 against either of them right now.
Yeah, I don't think he can. If he thinks
I mean, maybe
that,
Sven, but he tried to go on the Lina, and the Lina's got fucking magical damage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, maybe? He might be able to win a 1v1, I don't know.
Radiant are scanning.
Like, in a vacuum, I think Drow might win a 1v1.
I think the best thing she could do is just make the other one route. Just force her out, which is not a useful.
I mean, not gonna kill them in the 1v1, but you'll be able to, like, at least trade health bars effectively.
Kiro is cruising for a bruise in here. And,
Duel.
now what? Oh, never mind. Seth. Oh no, the double
Oh,
macropire!
X-Orc's the spot.
He was taking twice as much damage from Macropire, because Blade Mail... Technically 180%, but fuck it, I don't care.
Again, just like it really feels like the 3 and under club in particular, and Muertas are just all just like
Well, because last game they had an OD who maybe can fight. This game they have Alina with no items besides Boots of Travel, who just fucking dies to a Tusk.
right.
And somewhere in between both a BKB and a Shadow Blade. which is really not the build.
And the question in that case is like, okay, so if that's the case and you know that,
Today's
why are
day
we
and
still
age.
trying to like fight? Why are we still trying to contest their jungle? Like it's a hopeless endeavor. Find something else to do. Just play defense.
They don't even need to play defense. They just need to keep splitting the map better than the other guys. Just press Q on waves. Press on all of their heroes that have Qs that push waves.
That's it,
And
sir.
lo and behold, the team that
Radiant's middle tower
tries to do
is under
things.
attack.
Oh, that happened.
Well, there was an attempt to get the TP glimpse there. All this time that Radiant has spent up here and they still don't have Dire T1, that's how this has been going so far. But luckily the presence of Lina and the non-presence of the rest of the line for the Dire has finally allowed them an opportunity here. Jackie Chan almost kills Rubik in the 1v1. Not Jackie Chan. Jackie Chin's a Rubik. Sven almost kills Jackie Chen in the 1v1, rather.
What about Chen killing Jackie Sven?
I don't think Jackie Sven's a person who exists, but if he does, I'll let him know to watch out.
Dire's top
Jackie,
tower
I
is
petition
under
you to
attack.
change your name to Jackie Sven for a singular game in honor of me.
Then pick Sven. Yeah.
Who are you?
Good question. I thought we established that I'm Kitty.
That's true, yeah. Kitty from the Gotham lineup.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Or
attack.
something like that.
Yeah. Have you ever even interacted with Kitty before?
Nope.
Then you wouldn't know why it's funny.
I mean, I understand that that person does not unmute in
There we go.
voice.
No mic gamer.
No mic gamer, indeed. Which must make it very awkward to be on a
Radiant's
Dota
bottom
team.
tower is under attack.
But circumstances are circumstances.
Four-man
And people
smoke.
are people. So why should it be that you and I should get along so awfully?
Go on, four-man smoke here in the jungle. There's nothing for him here, though. You can sit down wards, but I don't think they can credibly mess up
Radiant's
the
bottom
jungle,
tower is
take it
under
over to any
attack.
degree. Both teams just gonna
Radiant's
push each other's
structures are
respective
fortified.
T2s as a result. Except Sven is just going to
Dire's
TP down here because he's a
structures are
maniac.
fortified.
He's got an
Dire's
arcane
top
now.
tower is
boy.
under attack.
Stuns go burr.
It's pretty dangerous for Manoy.
It's not as bad as okay. It's dangerous if there's a rainbow
Is under
TP
attack.
and his team takes 3 or
Oh,
4
okay,
minutes to
good
actually
guess.
show up. No, Manoy's alive.
Dagger.
Top tower is under attack.
Good blink.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Good duel. Although the fact that Manoy
Oh,
has
Dog is destroying the supports.
yeah. They ran into stuns.
One second.
Dire's
This
top
is
tower
sad.
is under attack.
Davi is killing everyone right now.
He is over the course of that
Dire's
fight
top
just
tower
launched to the
has
top of the
fallen.
net worth charts.
Oh.
Okay, the Zero can snowball, so they need to do something.
Yeah. I think instead of... I told you I'm half awake. I think instead of keeping this Echo Saber, you could sell it for your BKB to speed up your timing slightly and then turn it into like a Bloodthorn later, which is really good against the enemy's team.
I assume you mean disassemble it.
English is a difficult language.
You can do the rest of the cast in French if you'd like.
Yes, tu veux.
Both
Tu peux faire
Bla
ça?
both Black Otter and Godlike Matt are notable French speakers, so.
Oui, je sais.
Radiant are scanning.
Goodbye, Jakiro.
Oh,
Au
okay.
revoir, giraffe.
Very
Dire's
nice.
bottom tower is under attack.
There's now a Jakiro-shaped hole straight through the moon. Both sides!
Allez, allez, allez.
Sven BKB up very soon.
Faire quelque chose.
This is going to be a surprise to perhaps nobody, but Disruptor isn't even in the same zip code as a Aghanim Scepter. So it's going to be a very long time before they're able to do anything about that. One thing I was kind of concerned about at the start of the game, I'm still a little concerned about now, is it's a big ask. A lot smaller if they can just get it out of Roche, I think. If they can get the Ags out of Roche, I don't know what the hell they do about Sven. I think the ability to just do the Stormhammer jump is really nasty for this particular lineup. Especially for Drow. I mean, it's the best gap close with Drow in like the whole game. She can't do anything about it.
Lincoln Spear.
Yeah, there you go. Does that actually stop him from jumping, or is that just
It
stop
stops
him
the
back?
stun.
Yeah, I mean, who
That's
cares
fine.
when you're still gonna kick your ass if he's red?
I mean, that's what Force Staff exists for. That's why Blink exists.
So then you
It
just
blocks
get
the
a...
damage and this stun, so you can just wait for that shit to be done and blink away. Or here's another thing: he jumps on you. It's a slow as fuck stun. Manoy can react in time. He blinks away. Now there's a Sven in your tier 4s, and wondering
That's a
what the
very
fuck
common
he's
Devirus issue.
doing with his life.
And all the Sin supports are just like, good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
I
And
could
now
do
he's-
something about the situation, but I won't, just out of spite.
No, he's getting Tusk Punch, he's getting Ice Shards, which, here's the thing, terrain creation goes through BKB. Who'd have thought?
Unthinkable. Jackie Chen is no longer with us.
Jackie Chan is fucking dead.
Sven BKB.
They've been pinged for an in-house by Manoy.
That's ironic.
I'll be doing no such thing. I mean, he's
And
pinged.
here's exactly
no,
the
not
issue
me.
I was talking about.
They're
Yep.
so low. Oh boy.
Well, 2 of them are so low. The rest of the team is still full health. But the thing is, BKB, powerful.
Yep, that was the 9
I
second
say that
BKB.
as somebody who really doesn't like buying BKB if I don't have it.
I mean, who does? It's like, nobody wants to buy BKB, you just have to. Nobody has ever been excited to buy a BKB. It's like, god damn it, I gotta buy a BKB and I gotta buy it now, or else I have no game, type situation.
I mean, yeah. It's basically this game. If Sven does not have BKB, Sven does not exist.
Yeah. On the other hand, if Sven has a BKB, they really just... It's gonna be a long time before they have
But he
anything to do about him.
He
Except
still
just
gets
ice
punched
shards.
in the face, so like that's a thing.
He gets punched in the face, that's the good news. The bad news is the punch can't kill him and there's nothing else behind him that really can.
No, but what you do is you punch him in the face. He's slowed for 4 seconds because that's how long it lasts. And then
Beastmaster jumps on
Beast-
Drow and shouts at her and you lose the fight anyway.
No, it's what disruption is for. But and then fucking what's it called? His BKB runs out and then he dies. But you only punch him when his BKB is down. Although that's not really what you want to be using punch for, especially as this Desolator Tusk. You want to be using it to try to one-shot one of the supports, which is a thing that will be happening.
Which is what he's
Probably.
been doing.
Muddy's
Lena's
burning.
picked up a Silver Edge.
And the BKB. Something he was buying both of at the same time.
Yep, that's his 9. Devire is abolishing the LD2L standard of just using the Aegis to farm by immediately going for the T1 bot. Not like a T1 is the biggest objective, especially the T1, the dire T1 bot, which
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
one of the smallest towers in the entire game, basically. Well, they're gonna
Dire's
roll over the
bottom
T2
tower
here.
is under attack.
They do have a glyph for it,
Radiant's
but
top tower is
doesn't
under
even look
attack.
like they're gonna be using it here.
Radiant structures
Yep.
are for Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They're not going to press their luck on the T3. They're instead going to smoke and hope somebody
Dire's bottom
TPs, and nobody does
tower
because
is
you still
under
hold the T1.
Radiant's
That's
top
tough.
tower has fallen.
We go, wait a minute, just go demolish the T3. Never mind. Finally had the glyph for it, but I mean, look how much damage that thing lost. They lost 0. They lost a T1 top. That's all they sacrificed, and they got like
It's the Sven hero for you.
70% of this T3.
Indeed, the Sven hero.
At this point, everybody on Radiant is fallen except for poor Beastmaster. Everybody else is above their dire counterpart. Poor Beastmaster, playing Budget Beast. Doesn't even have a blink, which is interesting. I guess he is counting on the idea of being able to just walk at them. At least for now.
I mean, it's also redundant with Sven.
I mean, it's hypothetically redundant with Sven until the BKB start coming out.
Dire's middle tower
I
is
believe
under
What is
LC already.
hypothetically redundant with Sven?
Because Sven can stun, you see, and that means you don't have to approach so
Dire's
carefully.
middle tower has fallen.
Which is an initiation, and then Beast can stun
Radiant's
afterwards.
bottom tower is
Right.
under
Yeah.
attack.
Well, like I said, once the BKB start coming out, though, interestingly,
You
only Drow
you
has a
buy Blink
BKB.
on- you only buy Blink on Beasts if you're the initiator.
Interestingly, only Drow is even looking at a BKB. Already has hers. Tusk is not thinking about it. LC is. Oh, okay. LC actually does have it. Just has it in Z for some reason. Matt, that's weird. Put it somewhere else.
It's like you're going to initiate. Okay, they're about to. Speaking of initiate,
Nice shards. Good ability.
They have a Force Staff on the Jakiro. Interesting, they didn't decide to use it there.
To do what?
Well, Sven still has Aegis. Push him beyond the barrier, kill the Disruptor,
Had
and then just escort him
BKB
out.
active. You cannot force staff a BKB target.
that's true.
Yeah.
You can't.
I always forget that the BKB also applies to things your team does, which is always funny when it's annoying like that.
You also can't astral a BKB target.
So it's always fun playing a Baden when somebody uses BKB or is like playing a Magic Immunity hero at an interesting time, because it's like, if they weren't doing it, you could save them, but they are, so they just die. Happens a surprisingly frequent amount of times.
Don't play a Baden.
Yeah, there you go. Simply don't play a Baden.
Simply don't play a Baden.
Pace of the game has slowed down dramatically here. Dire do not want to risk having any sort of fight before they're ready. I don't think Dire wants to fight until they're confident that Manoy's got more than Sven's backing, which at this point he really does not. $4,000 down. Unfortunately, the bad news is, like, I don't think the pace slowing down is actually going to help Dire really at all. You know, LC is not getting duels, which means that her only real ability to scale is out right now. Got 66 damage, that's nothing to sneeze at, but that's not great.
Game slowing down is definitely better for Dire than it is Radiant right now. They need time to get items and catch up.
Well, the problem is,
That's
every amount of time that they spend getting items, Radiant's also getting items. And they still got many slots on Lena to fill up.
Yeah, but
in particular.
But Dire outscales Radiant. The longer this game goes, the better it goes for
You and I
Radiant.
are gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. I am super not about that, especially if Elsie's not getting duels, which she isn't.
Well, we agreed to disagree last game. We shall have to do it again.
Hooray! Whoop! Nope. Doesn't matter,
But
that's still just
anyway.
gonna disappear.
You deserve
He just randomly dies off screen during that chase. Really wasted some time there, but that's an unfortunate position for Pause 2 to have. They have blown enough time that the Sven Aegis is gone, so that's the good news at least.
Radiant's bottom
Is
tower
something.
under attack.
Okay.
Look at that damage!
Jackie Chan stun, very good.
Oh, that
good
was a
snowball.
very
I think
well
he's
timed
still dead.
snowball there.
He's still dead.
That's still dead. Oh, yes.
Yeah, and that's a dieback, unfortunately. And yeah, that ain't good.
Oh my god, Davi. Johnny on the spot.
You deserve it.
LC didn't get a duel
That
win in
was
that.
just a very awkward blink.
Static Storm. Not gonna stop Disruptor from getting cut in half, but good Static Storm.
Sven just mutilates people now.
Really interested to know what Elsie thought she was gonna get done there.
Dire structures
No.
It is a bit-
fortified.
It is a bit unfortunate that
Davi does kill himself. Legion does have 2k HP. Davi has 1000 HP. Davi does just one-shot himself in that scenario if duel happens. With Blade Mail active.
problem is that with Jakiro right there, he can just force staff Devira's out of the way and take some of the pain himself.
I mean, maybe. The Force Staff was not used
True,
in that
didn't need
chase,
to
so
be used.
obviously you cannot Force Staff somebody out of duel.
You can't force staff them out, but you can just force staff them in the middle of it, just waste fucking time. It's the
I don't
important
know
thing.
that it does.
Radiant are
Because Force
scanning.
Staff isn't that long range. And you're just going to the other side of Legion.
Yeah, it doesn't do much.
Directions. You just Force Staff them forward, and then you're like 100 units away from Legion, just on the other side of Legion. You can still probably just hit each other.
Alright, let's do the play-by-play then. Jakiro, I mean, I didn't want to do this, but if you want to argue with everything I say on this cast,
I'm not
Jakiro hits
arguing with
force-
everything you say.
Jakiro hits Force Staff on the either this Finn or the LC. It doesn't really matter who actually takes the hit there. Ideally, you got the LC. Jakiro drops damage and with the Lena right there, because Lena was like right here. You just have her Laguna or something, which will take off enough damage on the LC to prevent
Radiant's
Sven
middle
from
tower
killing
is under
himself. And the Force Staff's going to give you enough time to make that whole operation work. There you go. Another Roche attempt there, no contest. At this point, it's really starting to become questionable if there's like any realistic hope for the Sandgangers.
Davi just leaving a neutral item behind.
Navi has no vision for
No
this.
reason. Alright.
Invincibility is invulnerability.
In the interest of
Whatever.
fairness, had no reason to expect that because that was an Invisor rather than Shadowblade or
That's
anything.
true. However, invisibility is still invulnerability.
That is true.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Davi has enough time to go back and pick
And
up
get the
other left
ninja gear,
spot.
wow. I mean, in fairness, this team was just in total occupation of the jungle. Takes a ninja gear for himself here. Really being as slippery as he can, just through this game in general, he's been doing a very good job of just being obnoxious to actually kill. He's gonna cut the wave here. Oh no, he's not. He's just gonna beat up this camp.
I feel like Rubik and Drow should be swapping spots with each other. Drow should be the one farming bottom lane while Rubik is here hitting base defense creeps. That's an unfortunate Rubik lift. Just lifted him right out of.
Oh my god.
That's
Swole Rubik.
does literally nothing.
I mean, Rubik now does 303 damage.
Okay, that's true. Apparently it actually does something with marksmanship. Pretty cool.
He hits people. He's not hitting for nothing right now.
This frenzy on this Ancient Thunderhide is actually kind of ridiculous with Sven by his side. Fellas, please pick up your stuff.
I mean, he has no
Sven even had a
inventory
slot.
slot. I mean, he has a singular slot. He's just not picking up items. Davi, come on, man.
Ocelot would be livid.
Regeneration.
Disruptor has a Force Staff now. Sven is having such an issue with blinks this game. I feel like he really needs a strength blink or something. This is a very awkward encounter. A lot of very wasted BKBs here. Thought they're gonna get cleaved, but that's all they really get from it. Rubik just got tracked. That's annoying.
Ben's ult is gone in a couple seconds. I don't know that he can keep standing here. They have
They
no
only got
BKB.
40 seconds on the Aegis as well.
Yeah, I mean, not the Aegis.
He just can't get anything done! Oh, this is
Oh, the
awkward.
kick! Wait at the Aegis. Oh, they're killing him.
They kill him twice.
Yeah, they. I mean,
Legion
Lena
kill.
does a lot of damage.
I was gonna say, they aren't gonna kill her twice if Wiener just gonna murder everybody and get by Drake.
Or terrible. Things happen. Unfortunately.
Okay.
Roar. That's rather
Sven wins a
unfortunate.
duel.
Because that's what Sven needs, 38 damage.
Matt is gonna buy back, but
Stallion is a
lose,
good player, huh?
gonna lose some racks, gonna lose some duels. I like Beastmaster just having the Thunderhide just sit there like, hey, come on, hit the sun. Gonna cycle the bot. Hit the last T3. Gonna glyph at the exact wrong time. Shadow Fiend wants you to gift hug.
Dyer's bottom barracks has fallen. Dyer's bottom barracks has fallen. The Radiants now have mega creeps.
Well, I mean, that's Megas for this lineup. I really, like, really not sure why they're still playing, to be honest with you. I guess hypothetically, if they get a full team wipe without losing any of the cores, they could
Get it.
just storm down and win, but
You gotta
It is
die
so
one more
hard.
time. That's the gentleman's rule.
yeah, there you go. They smoke coming out of the base. You're gonna find the Beastmaster just sitting here farming and die. Not exactly the place Turtles probably wanted to be in that moment. Lena just finished up the Satanic. Sven and Lena both have Satanics. They're just gonna make these fights go on forever. And Reedy is finally gonna eat it. He has no buyback.
Well enough.
He has died quite a few times this game.
You deserved it.
He has died quite a few times. I think that's the first time where it happened with no trouble. They just finally got the go on him. Because he's been dying in fights. They've been trying so hard to pick him. It just has never worked.
Rampage.
Another duel.
After complicating that. Oh, heavy rampage. Nah, I don't think so. Manoy's gonna do his best to deny.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh,
Davi rampage.
rampage.
Okay.
okay.
Manoy
Click on
calls the
the
Cheeseburger
driver.
gun home.
Click on the drow for a second.
Sure thing. That's Tusk. Sure thing.
Radiant
That is some great value drow there. Alright. 2-0. I don't think, well, I mean, in fairness, everybody thought that Cheeseburger was actually going to respect the virus's wishes and have him play pause 4 this season, but that didn't happen. I think if anybody looked on this, at this matchup before this game started, it would have been absolutely astounding that this team got 2-0'd. But I think it does expose some of the issues that the Manoy lineup kind of has as a, like, in general. Manoy is super sandbagged at mid. I think he plays around his actual MMR at pause 1. That's my opinion. Sorry, Manoy, for the epic flame, but that's just my thoughts on it. The Legion Commander pick just really did not show itself to, boy, our third guy probably wants to get to work, I think, because it's like 48. Manoy just didn't feel like he was in a great position. Godlike Matt just didn't feel like he was able to do what he wanted to do in this game at all, really. Just had a few good duels on supports. I mean, his timing with the duels, his eye for when he actually can win a duel was really good, but the problem is that it felt like he was never able to do anything this game but just eat supports, and all of the Radiant cores except Beastmaster, I guess, were just better at that, you know? The real issue, I think, is, like, Jackie Chen is still learning support. He's not, like, brand new to the role, but he's still a relatively fresh face. Black Otter is brand new. And I feel like, unfortunately for him, you definitely saw a lot of that in both of these games. Like, you know, you saw one really good Static Storm in this game. That's good. That's good for somebody who's not going to be playing, like, not got a huge amount of support games under his belt. Like, this is probably his most played support, and I can tell that just because he has a 7 by this name instead of something below the number 5. But, like, it just makes it's going to make the lanes very awkward for the Sandgangers in general. And I think, and in Game 1, they took a lot of advantage of that. In Game 2, they were able to have a good go with Drow. They had a good lane with the Drow and the Disruptor, but that kind of fell apart when it transitioned to the mid game, and it just felt like the Disruptor wasn't able to do much of anything. The Static Storms were a bit awkward. The glimpses just didn't come out, you know. I do think Los Muertas identified and dealt with the issues of the Sandgangers, who really, I think, more than anything else, just need to get these two guys time on the field as the supports, time on the field with these guys. This team's going to need to run a lot of games, a lot of scrims, and a lot of practices, I think, if they want to not have at least the occasional game where they're going to have an unfortunate L like they took here today. Definitely good play on Los Muertas' part. Unfortunately, DeVires does not get to do what he wanted in Play Pause 4, but I don't think he is. I don't think he's going to be crying himself to sleep tonight. I mean, he did just get Mondo fed basically in both games and just roll over, which is really the biggest concern on the part of Sandgangers. It's like, when you have a weak support line, you're really vulnerable to snowball, and I think DeVires really capitalized really capitalized very well on that. I think the support line did a very good job of giving him the space to do that. And in Game 1, Cheeseburger definitely also was a big part of that. In Game 2, Cheeseburger just wanted to kill people, and he did. So, you know, no issue there. A very good first showing from Los Muertas, and a very exposing first showing from the Sandgangers. That's my long and short of it. You guys got anything to add?
Nope.
If
Very
you or
sad.
somebody wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg today to sign up. So the stand-ins are running wild. We even have already had a permanent replacement this season. So it's definitely a lot of space for yourself to get in. The in-houses are still popping even into the season, which you do not see all that often, so there's certainly opportunities there as well. And that's our last game for this week, so we'll see you Sunday for whatever we're looking at.